Guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video of my day trading extravaganza. Yesterday was Monday and I did not upload to YouTube yesterday because I just wasn't able to with this sharing of office space and daycares being canceled and having to run around with my 2-year-old and 4-month-old all the time, which is great when traded for the world, but just makes it difficult to upload videos and to track my progress. But I was down on the day, $198, and I'll go over some of that in the video here. But today, up $77. So out of the last 7 days of trading, I've been green 6 of the last 7 days of trading. So really good. That's wonderful, especially just working on consistency on the month of May. A little house cleaning, if you will. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to publish day trading videos. I really want to work on other projects, and because I share office space, I don't have a whole work day's worth of time to work on other things, and so I just need to kind of pick and prioritize in this coronavirus world what I'm going to work on. And so I kind of want to do take what I've learned from charting and apply that over longer periods of time, and still trying to track that and give you guys the results of that. Maybe it's a month long, maybe it's 2 months long or 3 months long, but I want to put the charts, I want to zoom out a little bit more macro and do the charting over a longer period of time, and then spend my energy and the time that I do have in an office and at a computer to be able to work on other things. So all that I'll be sharing with you, just something to look forward to in the next videos, and if that's something you like or are interested to, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's take a look at what we have going on today in the markets. So, all right, here we are. Since today is Tuesday, let's zoom out a little bit. We'll just zoom out on the 5-minute chart, and we'll look at the last 2 days of trading as best we can. I'm even going to get rid of the active trader. Okay. So this is the last 2 days of trading. Yesterday, we opened, where's the open? Down here, about 290.41. I can't remember if that was up or down, it doesn't matter. But what happened was I traded 400 shares, made 17 bucks right out of the gate. I'll zoom in on this so we can see, because yesterday was tough. Yesterday was a difficult day. So I traded here on the open as the market screamed up. It shot up and obeyed this trend line, and once it did that, I was like, oh great, I'll trade that and scalp some profits. Made 17 bucks, and I thought, wonderful. I saw this reversal though, and I wanted to try to trade it bouncing off of some of these moving averages, thinking it was going to continue to go up. And while it did continue to go up, I wasn't able to hold on enough when I bought in, and so I traded way more shares than I needed to. I bought in here, and the market screamed down and broke through this resistance level at 290, and then shot back up, and then it went back up through this resistance zone when I thought it wasn't going to, and so it was just, and then it went above this resistance zone. It just kept breaking, it kept having false breakouts, and you can see it. Here's one false breakout, 2 false breakouts, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, kind of. I mean, it came back down, but this was a trend, and it was just so hard to scalp profits yesterday, and I got caught up in over trading and trying to trade. I was right on the long-term trend, or the short-term trend, the daily trend, I guess. I was right that it was going to follow this trend line, this red one here. I'll make it yellow so you can see it. I was right that was going to happen, but my entries and my exits and I just wasn't able to hold, and it was difficult for me all day. What I should have done is I should have walked away after I made some profit here, but that was 17 bucks in like 4 minutes, so I thought, you guys can't see me, can you? Let me throw you up here. That was like $17 of profit, and I was like, that's not gonna be exciting to watch on YouTube. So I came back in and tried to buy in and blah 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 blah. Again, I was right on the trend. My entries and my exits were poorly executed, and so I lost a whole bunch of money over here on these false breakouts. I should have traded this trend line, so I should have longed this position here or here or here or here or here or here or here. That would have been a little bit better. So lesson learned, but this was really tricky and really discouraging because look at down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. It just seesawed back and forth, really hard to peg on that. So anyway, the market did go up. I don't remember what the percentage of the market being up yesterday was, but it went up. Then we had a sell-off in the afternoon, back down to near this 292 support level. Overnight, broke down through that support level, came back up and tested it, then continued downwards, and we are at market, near market open, right? Broke through, retest, came back up to this next support, resistance line rather, at 293.98, and this is where I traded long. I went long on this position because I thought, oh, it finally broke out of this resistance zone. And if we zoom out to exactly why I thought that, I mean, look at right here. We tested it once, twice, rejected. Came back up, tested it 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6. On the 6th time, I thought this is going to break through. Because it did break through. We had a breakout here. But it was a false breakout, and the price crashed down, and we had a morning sell-off here. And I don't know what the exact definition of a sell-off is, but it came down and continued down, broke through this immediate term trend line and continued downward. So that's what happened there. Now, once it put in this bottom, this is today now, so I was down, I don't know how much at the beginning of the day, and then started making some really good trades coming back. So let's look at those trades here. And to do that, I'm going to bring in the 1-minute chart so that we can see what actually took place. So if we look down here on the 1 minute, we see that again at open, shot up, came back down, broke through this resistance or this support trend line, came back up to test the VWAP, and then shot back down. And so at this point, I was just waiting for a good pullback, something that I could, an entry point that I could use to buy back into this market and short it or long it depending on what happened. So I missed this one right here, but at the bottom, we put in 3 successive, or 4, depends on how you look at it, bottoms, and that's where I decided I would go long. So you see we come down here, so we'll call it 1, 2, 3. So those would be the 3. I was going to count this one as 1, but we'll just call it 1, 2, 3. And once we put in that other bottom, once we proved that this 291.55 level was going to be support, that's when I said, okay, the next candle to like break above this one here, I would trade. I'd put in a long position, and I did. So this is actually right there. So I traded right here. I traded this candle long. It shot up, came back down, and I thought, oh, it's going to go up to the revert to the mean, and so it's going to come back down to this exponential move, up to this exponential moving average. It did, and that's where I was stopped out. Look at this though. It came back down and shot back up. And so I watched that. I watched it break through this downward trend line that I had drawn, and then break out above this resistance level. I thought, okay, well, maybe we're going to be in an uptrend. So I watched it a little bit more. False breakout, came back down, back through this, now it would be support, and then tested and tested. And as it got closer to this line, I shorted it. Oh no, I'm sorry, I longed this one. This was when I was longing. So as it came back down and tested this level, this 291.98, it was the top of these 2 candles. That's where I thought, okay, as the prices were fluctuating and it was hovering at that price, I thought, okay, I'll long that and see if it's going to come back up and retest it, because I thought it was starting a new sort of trend upwards on the day. And so I was able to scalp some profits here on I believe this candle, right? And then and the reason I did that was on the 5-minute chart, it looked like it came back down and retested this downward trend line, which it did right here, right? Retest. Now I think it's going to go long since it didn't break down. So that's why I went long there. Now, continued to hover and test this line. My camera's going to run out, I think, in just a little bit, but I'm just going to get this video in. Anyway, here I shorted. So I shorted here after it tested this line and was rejected again. I thought, oh, this is going to go down, and it did. I followed my stop accordingly, trailing it accordingly, and made some profits back there. And then it just shot back up. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this going to continue upwards? To which, we see it went up to the VWAP, didn't break through, came back down, tested the VWAP again, came back down. So really disregarding this line here at all. I'm actually going to remove this one. And we're just seeing it sort of in this pattern here. We do see well, I won't draw more trend lines because I'm not going to trade it anymore today, but you can see it's trying to break out, trying to break up. This was such a huge sort of sell-off that I think it will probably at least return up to 293.47, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't find the support to break through it. We'll see what happens there. Just for fun, I'm going to zoom out to the 20-day and just see where we're at. Yeah, so this is where we're at on the 20-day. We're kind of in no man's land, just hovering around this line in particular. What's going to happen? Are we going to test it, broke through, came back down and tested it, came back up? And this is all going to play itself out. And if we look even farther, let's go back even farther. I mean, you can see we're kind of, I don't know what's going to happen. So tough to predict. If I were charting, if I were to trade this over the longer term, like I'm going to put like my retirement account, when we're like, all right, I'm going to trade this long term, I wouldn't trade this long term because I have no idea if this is going to break up or down. Now, my other trade of the day, the best trade of the so anyway, in general, down $5. So that was down, I don't know, 100, and then battled back to down 5. I'll take it. That's fine, because the other trade that I was really happy with came on scalping the profit off of the twice off of a what's it called when it changes course? I've heard it called a red to green move. I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but I will eventually. Anyway, had opened this stock, which I was turned onto by the Warrior Trading pre-market chat room thing. They said NNVC, something to watch this. All right, I'll take a look at it, and if it puts in a low and then starts to come back with some strength, I said, okay, I'll trade that. And so when I saw this sell off at the beginning, came back down and held this level at 904, came back up. Now once it held that, I was interested, but I waited until we had some volume that came in right here. So this is actually more like right here. Once we had this volume come in, I was very interested. So I traded the break over 943. So we had green, green, green. Once we closed above that green, this last red candle, I was very interested and watched it a little bit more. It came back down, came back up, and I said, okay, well, we'll take a shot at it. Maybe some volume will come in. I think I traded 200 or 300 shares and screamed up. And that was really fun because that was a 30 some cent jump. And that was wonderful. So I traded that, and this candle, this is a minute chart, and this candle was pretty wild, but I just held my support level, my stop level down here at 921, so that if it came back down lower than this green candle, I was going to get out. Thankfully it didn't. Again, it screamed up, made some money there, came back down to test this level again at 54, bounced off of the exponential moving average and the VWAP, and I wanted to try to scalp some more profits, so I got in with some some other shares there. I don't know, 200 or 300, whatever, worked there, and then scalp some profit. Oh no, this was 100. This was 100, I believe. Because the reason I say that is because I also traded over at about 910. So anyway, the price collapsed. I was stopped out for some gains, which was wonderful, and then we had this consolidation that took place, and we started to see sort of. I thought the bottom was here. It's moving up. And I was going to try to trade this candle because I saw increased volume here. I thought maybe we'll be able to scalp some profits. And so I entered my trade and just made a few more bucks there. So that was the trade today on NNVC. I don't know if I'm going to keep looking at this pattern and this way of trading, this strategy. We'll see what happens. But today, made 82 bucks. And again, today up $77, which overall, which means that the last 7 days of trading, I've been green on 6 of them. Yesterday, a big loser, obviously. But I think you put both of those, you put all 7 days together, and I'm up on the 7-day spread, even with that loser yesterday being as big as it was. So, and yesterday was just a crazy day. So that happens. Sometimes it's like playing chess against the computer. They just know your every move and you can't win. So anyway, all right, that's it for today. Hope to see you guys back here again in the next video, but take care, have a productive day, and I will see you guys around. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends. We'll see you later. Take care.